Hi, my name's Dan Bean, and welcome to For the Rest of My Life. I'm a 54-year-old single dad, clearly overweight, and I'm going to do something about it. And I'm going to bring you along on this incredible, life-changing journey with me. When you gain weight, and then you don't want to feel like working out, or you're scared to work out and things like that, then your workout goes down, and then your weight goes up, and it's a cycle that you've got to break, and getting the band helped me break that cycle.
Lots of people are very embarrassed to be in the gym because some of these gyms, there are lots of people that are very thin and very fit and wear those very tight gym clothes. So it's uncomfortable sometimes.
Dan is disappearing in front of my eyes, and I'm not sure what he's doing to disappear. He's inspired the whole team to run harder, work harder, yell louder.
Now he can run with me. We can work on pitching the ball, handing off the ball, throwing.
We don't have quite enough guys to run both, an offense and a defense. So once in a while the coaches have to fill in. And you know what? For the first time in many, many years, I got to fill in it. A year ago, I weighed about 330 pounds. I was a 54-inch waist. Now I've lost almost 70 pounds. And I have lost 14 inches around my waist.
Dan has done remarkably well.
There's a renewed confidence.
I think he feels better about himself, and he has so many people making nice comments about it, how good he looks.
Dan, good to see you. Wow.
Thanks, man.
You are looking awesome.
Thank you. I put years back on my life because of what I'd done this year. And there are not words to properly express how great that feels.
When I first saw him after not seeing him for 6 months, I was so surprised at how happy he was. He just carried himself completely different. He was just radiating happiness and just self-confidence, and that is something that even 6 months ago, I did not notice about him.
About a year and a half ago was the first of a couple tipping points. I was flying to Los Angeles to go to a business meeting, and I got on the plane, and I went to buckle the seatbelt, and it didn't fit. For the first time in my life, I needed an extender. That rocked me, and I was in a full sweat. I don't remember anything else about that flight other than feeling so upset with myself and so uncomfortable.
Many people do have one episode in their life that says, okay, this isn't enough. I'm finished with being overweight.
That's when I decided I got to do something, and I went and saw my doctor, Gary Schuster, and talked to him about what I needed to do, and he suggested a lap band.
Part of your program in this weight reduction, and I know your other doctors probably talked about this, is exercise and eating. Of course, you're going to have a change in your eating habits, but it will help control your blood pressure and bring every one of your risk factors down.
He told me to talk to my friend Ron Sherman. Ron's lost like 85 pounds, I think it is, from getting a lap band, and so I went and talked to Ron. And that conversation with Ron was what really did the trick. This is Ron Sherman. I don't think I would have gone on this journey if I hadn't been for this guy. And I'm so glad you came for this.
Wouldn't miss it.
Well, definitely the best part of the practice is seeing people come back later. The transformation is really dramatic, and they're so happy with what's happened.
I can't wait for that.
They're feeling better, they're getting around better, their health is improved, and it's not just that you come in with a problem like high blood pressure and you get put on a high blood pressure medicine and we measure your blood pressure and it's better. People come back and they say their whole life has changed.
As the weight comes off and I feel as good as I feel, I'm kicking myself for not doing this before.
One of the things that's sort of unique about where we do this surgery is that almost everybody that works there has a gastric band, and almost everybody has lost a considerable amount of weight. So whenever he calls or he comes in, he's talking to somebody who kind of understands what he's going through.
I can count Kevin and Jesse and Linda and Denise as real friends now. They genuinely care. It isn't just a patient. I never felt like just a patient. I always felt like, okay, let us share with you what we've been through.
He's had such good support, too, from his friends and from the office there. He's had very good support, and I think they've made it easier for him, too, because he knows if he's has a stumbling block, or if he hits a plateau, he can go and get help.
Either Denise or I would call him and go, "Hi, how are you doing, Dan? You need more fluid in your band?" And we did get him to come in. Sometimes he would call us, sometimes we'd send him an email and just try and make sure that he stays on track. And then we'd just put a little more fluid in each time he came in, and we'd check his weight loss and see what he's doing, talk to him about what he's eating and how, what kind of trouble he's having. And he's actually had a pretty smooth course.
All I have to do is get the look from you, like, oh yeah, I gotta get an adjustment.
It's really a joy to work with somebody who does well, and they get this Banster Euphoria, and they're really, really happy, and they tell you about all the changes in their life, and it's just really it's a great, fun place to work. It's very positive thing about the whole experience is positive, not only for Dan, but for me and for everybody who works there. It's a good place to work, good thing to do, change people's lives.
One of the reasons why I wanted to do this, because I wanted to help people. I wanted people to come along on the journey and say, you know what, if any of you are like me, you got to do this. I want to thank you all for coming tonight. It means so much to have you all here. You're my family, my friends. And you've been my rock. And I thank you all from the bottom of my heart for making this the greatest year of my life.
Hear, hear.
Thank you.
This process is going to play out over the next year or two, and then be there as a help or as an aid for him ongoing for the rest of his life. But year one is, it's important, but it's just the beginning of the process. So no matter how excited and enthusiastic he is about it, it's just the beginning. It's only going to get better.
For the rest of my life. Thank you all.